this way, give me a long line, and everybody's on. We're on, Mr. Thompson? We're almost on. We'll get on. We'll have you go ahead and wave to parents and grandparents. Not quite on yet. Just a minute. You'll get tired of waving. You can wave if you want. You're going to get tired. Almost there. Technology is great. So student of the month, like I said now, was responsibility, reliability. Are you a responsible person? Do you get your homework done on time? Do you do the things you're supposed to do? And so teachers picked most responsible, most reliable. Now we're on. Go ahead and wave if you want to wave to the back camera. He's got it on. Welcome those of you that are with us streaming. It is Student of the Month and Read and Grow, and we're going to do Read and Grow first, so please hold your applause. There's a whole big long list of people, so we'll applause at the end. Mrs. Hughes' Read and Grow Student of the Month for March was Carter Etheridge. Don't clap. Just get them all up here. Mrs. Tant is, don't clap, please. We'll do clapping for Student of the Month because this is a long list. Here we go. Mrs. Tant, Cotton 2. Mrs. Owens, Luke Boykin. Mrs. Mills, Avery Bissett. Come on. Awards. Colton, I'm sorry. It looked like a double cross Cotton. I'm sorry, Colton. It is Colton. I walked through PE and Mrs. Carnes and I engaged in a conversation, and the kindergartners wanted to play a game, and it was the girl that was going to get it going, and she turned to us and she goes, "It's time to start the game." So that was the end of our conversation. Thank you, Colton, Luke Boykin, Avery Bissett. Now, first graders, Mrs. Eford said it's most reading pages by Jeremiah Reason. Mrs. Taylor is Tucker Langman. And Mrs. Gillen is Violet Thompson for the first graders. Good job. Come on down. Second graders, Mrs. Klein, Ace Mitchell. Mrs. Zervis, Zoe Raper. And Mrs. Griffey, Micah Best. Micah plays baseball with Cade. Saw him play baseball the other night. And did I get the other third grader? Kinsley Crowder and Sam Gillen from Mrs. Janice Eford's class. Good job. And we're almost done. We can give a big round of applause. We got fourth graders now. Wait, just almost. I'm not communicating very well today. Almost. Mrs. McClanahan, top reader, Enns Lippert. Mr. Hess, Juliet Thompson. And you can clap away now. Clap away. Yeah, very good. Congratulations, readers. I see 2 Thompsons in this lineup. Very good. Very good, readers. Keep reading. Good job. All right, that's enough clapping. Thank you very much. Can you give one more round of applause as they sit down? Congratulations. Good job. Good job. You may be seated. I think Mrs. Willard would like that little girl's dress. It looks like bees, beehives, and Mrs. Willard loves bees. I do too. I love honey. How many love honey? Just love honey. Me too. Bees, God's creation. Bees give us honey. It's just a wonderful thing. All right, you can clap for each one of these because it takes a little longer. Yeah. Before and after. They do. Very good obedience. All right, responsibility. Mrs. Hughes said the most responsible person in her class is Garrett Edwards. Give Garrett a hand. Come on down, Garrett. Mrs. Mills' pick is Abigail Stanzik. Yes, she is. Mrs. Owens named Jackson McHenry. And the other kindergarten classroom, Mrs. Tant said it's Avery Cone. Our first graders, Mrs. Efert named Owen Pitcher. Mrs. Gillen, most responsible, Emma Claire Lancaster, or Lancaster. Emma Claire, come on down. If you live in Pennsylvania, it's Lancaster. If you live other places, it's Lancaster, as in California. Very true. First grade, Mrs. Taylor, Connor Lamb. Our second grade, responsible people from Mrs. Klein's class, Xavier King. And Mrs. Zerva's class, it's Liam Herndon. Look, they knew the color of the day was orange, right? Very good, guys. Both second graders, different classes. Third grade, Mrs. Addo named Adley Ann Hudson Norval. Mrs. Griffey said it's Daphne Jones. And our other third grader from Mrs. Efert's class is Addison Rudy. Yeah, we're almost out of room. Let me move this over so you have room. Fourth graders, Mr. Hess named Jace Parker. And our final addition to most responsible students in elementary, Mrs. McClanahan said it's Allie Whitley. All right, you can give them a big clap, a round of applause. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Good job. Keep it up. Well done, buddy. Well done. Good job. Good job. Is it Lancaster or Lancaster? Lancaster. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. You may be seated. You may be seated. All right, we're going to stand up. Stand up.